So yeah, I turned it off. I mean, it's just I'm not gonna torture myself anymore. Um, I saw this loss coming a mile away. Congrats to the Ravens. They're the real deal. Lamar Jackson's the real deal. And we have yet to see the playoffs yet, but I have a feeling he's going to do decent. So, congrats to the Ravens. And Joe Burrow, I don't know how he's going to do with, honestly, at this point, Joe Burrow, you might as well just sit out and get healthy because the season's basically over. At 5-5, it's over. I mean, unless you win the last 7 games in a row, which ain't gonna happen. And even then, we got a defense. I mean, that can't stop jack shit. From what I've seen for the last couple weeks, a cupcake college team could walk on our defense. That's how bad it is. That's just how. The red flag was last week. You guys should, fellow Bengal fans, you should have seen this loss coming a mile away. I know I picked the Bengals, but I'm not surprised by this loss at all. Like I said, I saw it coming from a mile away. When you got a rookie quarterback that throws over 500 yards with no-name receivers at home, that should tell you right there. I said it last week. If you're going to let a rookie quarterback come to your house and do that, what chance do you got against Lamar Jackson and the Ravens? Absolutely none. So, and let's make no mistake about it. I mean, the Bengals were not going to win this game anyway, but once again, I'm telling you guys, why do you think I started watching the NBA again? And I know there's shit going on in the NBA, but between the NFL officiating and Roger Goodell, this league is just a flat-out fucking joke. I mean, excuse my language, but sorry, but not sorry. The league is an absolute fucking joke. I mean, I have never seen a league so poorly officiated in my entire life. And it's not just this game. It goes on week in and week out. Honestly, guys, I don't even care about the Bengals losing. I really don't. Football has almost became unwatchable between the politics, frickin' Roger Goodell, and the officiating. I mean, we saw the shit all last year. I mean, the Super Bowl ended on a frickin' flag. I mean, really? That referee knew when he threw that flag the game was over. They're way too involved, and that's why you guys are losing people left and right, because people are getting tired of this shit. I'll tell you right, that's half the reason I don't buy Madden. I mean, well, Madden sucks, but even if Madden didn't suck, the NFL is so fucked up. I mean, I'm letting it loose tonight. I'm sorry, but I'm just in that kind of mood. Like I said, I'm not bitter that the Bengals lost. I knew they were going to lose deep down, because we have no freaking defense and we have no offensive line. And Joe Burrow hasn't been right since he came out of the gate this year. I could tell when they got killed by Cleveland the first week of the year, I said it's going to be a long season. So, yeah. I mean, and even if they did make the playoffs by a miracle, they're going to get blown out anyway because they have no defense. So, it is what it is. Honestly, I just really, I'm just frustrated with this organization. First of all, you frickin' played Joe Burrow when you shouldn't have to begin with, because Mike Brown's a fucking moron. And let's see what Jake Browning's got. Maybe he'd be all right. I don't know. I don't know how the Browns are going to do without Deshaun Watson. I think you can chalk them out. But I will say this. They do have a defense, unlike us. So, with that being said, it is possible, that they could, make a good finish to the season and maybe get a playoff win. I mean, they're not going to go any further than that. But, yeah. Just not our year, guys. I mean, and I'm okay with that. You know, like I said, right from the gate, I could tell that this wasn't the year. Because between the injury, Joe Burrow playing like he did, and just this team's demeanor, you can just tell something's off. Something's off with this team. But again, a defense that allows 500 yards every single week, and no offensive line protecting Joe Burrow. Heads need to roll, man. And you know what? Zach Taylor, I don't know if he's the issue, but I know this, that he's only, he can only do so much. Because again, like I said, you got an owner, Mike. I mean, guys, I hate to tell you this. I mean, what bothers me more than anything now is that the Bengals actually have talented players. At least in the 90s and early 2000s, I didn't give a shit because I knew we were bad. We didn't have anybody. Who the hell do we have? Who was our best player? John Kitna, Peter Warrick, which, by the way, was a good receiver, Corey Dillon. I mean, but outside of that, we had nobody. I mean, Akili Smith. Oh, my God. What wasn't... Good. Thank God for Ryan Leaf, because if it wasn't for Ryan Leaf, you could make an argument that was probably the worst freaking bust we ever had. I don't see anything changing, guys. I don't. As long as Mike Brown is the owner, you're going to see this year in and year out. It ain't going to matter who we have. And even when you do have a good quarterback, you got no I think that's half the reason A.J. Green left. I mean, A.J. Green was freaking phenomenal. But he saw, obviously, he was on a team, there was no win. And his quarterback at the time was freaking Andy Dalton, who stayed about 3 or 4 years too long. But, oh, man. You know, being a Bengals fan is like signing up for a lifetime of misery. It really is. And I'm not going to quit. I'm not going to change teams, guys. That's not what I'm going to do. Because a true football fan doesn't change teams. I don't care who you are. You don't change teams. But you also don't have to support it either. I can't, I've seen so many bad years with this team. I mean, it's sad. Half of me sometimes wishes, I wish I would have followed my mom and been a Cowboys fan half the time. At least I'd had 5 Super Bowls to brag about. But honestly, no. The Bengals, it's not their year, and I'm okay with that. Because, like I said, you could tell by the first couple weeks of this season this was not the same team. You could just tell. And honestly, I don't even know where I was going with that. Well, yeah, I kind of was, because, Mike Brown gives Joe Burrow a huge contract when he's playing on one leg because he's a dumbass and a horrible owner. But Joe Burrow will bounce back. I firmly believe that. When he's 100% healthy, he'll bounce back. But like I said, guys, this didn't surprise me. I saw it coming a mile away. Like I said, the red flag was last week when they allowed over 500 yards to C.J. Stroud. I know he's an upcoming quarterback, but come on, he's still freaking a rookie quarterback, and you're at home. That should have told you right there. Anyways, guys, have a good night. And you know what? The Chicago Bulls might suck right now, but hey, at least they've had success in their franchise. I mean, they've had one of arguably probably the greatest player to ever play the game, and one of the greatest teams ever, and by the way, the toughest era of basketball. So yeah, the Bulls might suck now or be mediocre, but hey, at least they had some success, and I saw it growing up. I remember how good the Bulls were, man. They were unstoppable. So at least I got that. Anyway, guys, in all seriousness, I hope you guys have a good night. And Thanksgiving's next week already. I can't believe that. Well, everybody knows my fat ass don't need no Thanksgiving dinner, but those fat guys got to eat, man. You know how it goes. So, oh, by the way, playing some Roblox. Guys, if you still want to add me, my name is on the game is the taxi guy _Bengals, because the taxi guy, ironically, was already taken. I don't know how, but whatever. Anyways, guys, I know I'm rambling now, so have a good night.